Hello viewers, in this short presentation, I'm going to talk about an interesting event that is now playing out in the marketing domain concerning the brand Ford. As we all know, Ford India has decided to stop its operations, including the production and sales of their famous brands from September 2021. And they have cited a lot of reasons in the sense that they were not able to sell the kind of volume that justified their existence in the Indian market, considering the global restructuring that the brand is or the company is doing. At the same time, after they have decided to stop their operations and they have announced in the media that they have decided to quit the Indian market, and probably they will be not 100%, they will be stop selling their product. They have stopped manufacturing all their cars. At the same time, they are planning to come out with the import of some of their premium brands into the Indian market. So they are not 100% leaving the Indian market, but they have stopped their production and operations in that sense. But at the same time, after the launch, what surprised most of us was that they put in a lot of advertisement across various media, in television as well as print. Uh, and that brings out a question as to, see, you have decided to leave the market as such. You are leaving the mass market. You have stopped the production, and then you start advertising. What is the point in wasting so much of money? So just watch the campaign, and then we'll discuss what are the possible reasons for such a kind of a campaign after the brand have decided to quit uh, the market as such.
थैंक यू। एक्चुअली आप इसको भी सर्विस करा देंगे? हमारी पहली गाड़ी थी, चलती नहीं है बट आज मॉम का बर्थडे है, शील फील हैप्पी।
We'll take care of it, ma'am.
फिर से जी उठे ये रिश्ते,
साक्षी तुम
फिर से जी उठे ये
Happy birthday, ma'am.
जज्बाते, यादों से जुड़े सब पल ले आती, यादों से जुड़े सब पल ले आती।
रिश्ता चाहे कितना भी पुराना हो, फोर्ड में हम हर रिश्ता निभाते आए हैं और निभाते रहेंगे। फोर्ड, कुछ अलग सी फैमिली वाली फीलिंग।
So it's a very well made advertisement, touches the emotional aspect, and the brand has used the hashtag committed to serve. So why they have spent so much of money where everyone knows that they have left, or they is in the process of leaving the market as such. So when we look at let us look at what can be the possible reasons why they have decided to advertise. So let us look at the reasons. Let us give the brand its due. It can be possible the brand is genuinely concerned about the existing customers. As we know, Ford has been a kind of I would say that it's not that they have been a big failure in terms of the popularity of their brands, whether it is Ford Figo or Freestyle or EcoSport. In fact, EcoSport created a new market, but which later was dominated by Maruti Suzuki. And most of the Ford owners really like the product. The product is very well made, it's sturdy, and it is that performance. Ford Endeavour is considered to be one of the best SUVs in that class. So when and see, over these 25 years, they have a huge customer base. She said that they have almost 10 lakh customers, and the customers are obviously going to be really sad and concerned that their products will not be serviced, or there will be a kind of shortage of spare parts. Media report says that there is an unwritten rule in the automobile market that a company, when they decide to leave a market, they would be supporting the customers for the next 10 years. Otherwise, there will be a huge lack of trust among the consumers in the entire industry as such. So there is this unwritten rule rule or norm that they have to provide adequate service to the consumer for the next 10 years or so. One of the reasons why they have put in or spent some money on the market in which they have decided to quit is to calm the emotions of the consumers. There is one more thing, because Ford is leaving the Indian market, but it is existing in other markets, which probably they are profitable, or they are looking for certain potential. And as we know, we have this information transparency. So what happens in India, definitely customers in the US or customers in other markets would definitely know. So there is this larger issue of brand equity and trust. And for a global brand like Ford, it cannot afford to have this this kind of loss of trust, because suppose if they have just left India just like that, and the Indian consumers are now going to face a difficulty in getting spare parts and service, naturally it will have a kind of a ripple effect in the other markets where they are looking for a long-term commitment. Okay, so that is also one of the reasons why they also want to assure not only the Indian consumers but consumers across the market that even if at some point in time they are going to leave the market, they are going to provide the same level of service and spare part assurance to the consumer. That is a very important factor when you are looking at the category in which they operate. The fourth is, of course, in future, what happens if Ford decides to come back to the Indian market with a mass market product, or they wanted to relaunch their operations. As I said in the intro, that they are not going to exactly leave the market. They are planning to come out with some of their premium products in the fully imported category. So naturally, what they are doing with the current consumer here is also going to determine how the consumers are going to receive their premium products. Now, for example, if they just leave like that and they are launching they already announced the launch of their brands like Mustang in India. Now, will a customer buy that Mustang because they already know the trouble that the existing Ford customers may face if they are not doing what they are doing right now, that is to calm the existing customers, to assure the existing customers that they are putting a system in place where they get the service of the existing products, the spare part availability is assured. Now, how they have done is that they have done this through a dealer compensation agreement. That's what the reports says, where the dealers are compensated for the loss of the margins, or the loss of margins which they have got if the brand was actually selling. So there is an kind of an understanding between the dealers and the Ford that for the next 5 years or so, dealers will be compensated for the loss of revenue from the sales stoppage. Okay, so probably you can see many dealers still offering a lot of service. I have a Ford Fiesta, a pretty old Ford Fiesta, and I recently got it serviced from the service center itself. No issues with regard to the service as of now. So naturally, the dealers who had invested a lot of money in setting up their dealership, definitely will be compensated or has to be compensated for the continuation of the service by Ford. So in a way, although they have spent, or it may sound little intriguing that a company is spending some money, putting in some hashtag saying committed to serve. There is a strong underlying marketing reason why they have done that, and I'm also very glad that they have done it, because that is also a very good lesson for other brands which plan to stop their operations. So how do you gracefully exit from a market where you are selling a product that would need a continuation of support from the manufacturer? So it's an excellent marketing practice which I think will provide a good lesson for other marketeers to follow. So kudos to Ford marketing team to have conceptualized such a kind of a exit strategy, or brand exit strategy, if I may use that term. It's actually a good lesson for all of us.